Welcome to Speakeasy Spirits. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, the weather's starting to cool off and winter is coming. If you live in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe the weather's starting to warm up, but you might still have a few cool days where you want a hot cocktail. And if you live on a tropical island where every day is paradise and you lay out on the beach drinking Mai Tais, screw you. Today, we're going to make some hot chocolate. It'll be a non-alcoholic version, so you can make it for the kids, and then we're going to spike it and make it into something special for the adults. Here in the Speakeasy, we don't use mixes, so our hot chocolate isn't going to be some powder dumped in a cup of microwaved water. This hot chocolate recipe is going to be based on the way they would make it in Switzerland up in the Alps. The Swiss are very proud of their chocolates, and hot chocolate is no exception, so this is going to be a really delicious recipe. Let's start by heating up 3 cups of whole milk. To that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now we're going to want a pinch of salt. Next, we're going to need 8 ounces of chocolate. I wouldn't recommend trying to use chocolate chips. Get yourself some nice high-quality chocolate bars. This is a 70% cacao. This is going to be a dark chocolate. You don't need a milk chocolate since we've got 3 cups of milk in here. Lindt is a Swiss chocolate, so for our Swiss hot chocolate, this is a really good pick, but you could use any brand that's high in cacao. Now we're going to take these fairly large chunks of chocolate and just cut them up a bit so that they will melt easier. Now let's take our chocolate and add it into the milk. We're going to keep this at a fairly low temperature. We're not looking to boil the milk. We're just looking to get it hot enough to melt the chocolate without scalding the milk. I've continued to stir this, keeping the temperature low, not letting it boil. And now we have a beautiful, rich, hot chocolate. Now, if you're making it for the kids, you can stop here. Since we used a darker chocolate, some kids may like a little more sugar in here, so you could add another tablespoon of brown sugar if they want it sweeter. But us grown-ups are going to get our sweetness in another way. We're going to want a good glass for a hot drink. You could use a coffee mug, but if you have a clear glass mug with a handle, this will be perfect. To that, we're going to add 2 ounces of my favorite ingredient, chartreuse. We're using green chartreuse. This is about 55% alcohol. It's an herbal liqueur, and this is a very traditional way to do hot chocolate in Switzerland. If you're ever up in a ski resort in the Alps, you might see Verte Chaud. That translates basically, I believe, into hot green. It's a blend of a good high-quality Swiss hot chocolate and green chartreuse. Now we're going to top that with some of our hot chocolate. Now you could leave some room at the top to add some whipped cream if you want. And you have Verte Chaud. That combination of the herbs of the green chartreuse with the chocolate, you may think it's not going to work, but that is delicious. It's creamy, it's herbal, it's sweet. It's got a little bit of bitterness from some of the bitter chocolate. It really does make me feel like I'm up in the Swiss Alps right now. But maybe herbal's not your thing. Maybe you'd rather have cherry hot chocolate. So we're going to use some of this herring cherry liqueur. We're going to go with another 2 ounces. And top that off with some hot chocolate. Now if you wanted a garnish, You could use some grated nutmeg on top. Maybe some whipped cream. How about a cherry on a skewer? That tastes just like a melted chocolate-covered cherry. But why stop there? You could mix this with 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon, maybe 2 ounces of Drambuie, bring in some honey and spices. Pretty much any flavor you think might work with chocolate would work great here. If you're having a party, making it this way means you can still have some hot chocolate for the kids, and each of your guests can have their own hot cocktail made with their preferred spirit. I hope you liked the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.